Greetings and welcome back to From the Depths. It is a beautiful, clear, sunny day outside. The ocean is calm, and I have been busy. Very busy, in fact. Let me give you a quick tour. First thing you'll notice, the docks are gone. In place, we have a extra helping of defenses for my ammo area. Same on this side. We have... Actually, I'll go in from over here. All of the ground is now metal, and this place I am especially proud of. I'm really proud of this, actually. We've got the repair drones, we've got the supply crates, we've got the little rooms off to the side that I forgot to close the door because I'm a fool. We have little windows there, there's plenty of light. Oh, it's all rather awesome in my humble opinion. It's not particularly humble, I suppose. We have plenty of windows down here as well, though I'm hoping that this isn't going to make the engine too vulnerable. It's quite a small window for anything to get through, so I'm hoping that it'll be pretty safe, or the risk will be manageable at the very least. On either side, we have these doors that let us come out, just hang out on the deck, maybe go fishing, or just, take in the beautiful scenery, though. Looks like the fog is rolling in. That's not particularly good. Right, let's go back over here and get back to the bridge, I think. I am going to be changing how all of this interacts, but right now, this is serviceable, and I've got other things we want to do, or rather, that I want to do. I'm sure you want me to do them. Now, before we get obsessed with remodeling our torpedo system, there's one thing that I've been meaning to do for a very, very long time, and I haven't gotten around to doing it. And so I'm going to do it now. And that is, we want a resource gathering... See, I want to say structure. The only thing with structures is that, in my experience, spawning them in once you've built one, because I could build a structure right now, and then save it, and then spawn it in when using the vehicle spawners. But the problem with the structure is when you build one, it anchors itself to the floor. You have to build a long legs coming out to build your structure on. It's more like an oil rig. The problem is, when you spawn it in, it doesn't spawn anchored to the floor. It spawns kind of held aloft by your spawner beacon thing. And then you build it, and then, yeah, it's... No, I think a floating fortress would be a much safer bet, in my humble opinion. So let's go ahead and get one of these going. So we want constructibles, sky fortress, turbine, or fortress. Place a fortress and start to build. Oh, let's have a look at this. Do not place these high up, as the higher up they are, the more power they need. Place fuel and engines. Looking at flat ground and pressing B will also spawn a structure. Really? Can I do that now? No? That hasn't happened. You lie. Why do you lie? Looking at flat ground. Oh dear. What just happened there? B just opens up build mode. I think it's lying to me. Why would it lie to me? I just don't know. Nevertheless, let us get this sky fortress built. I think I need to build it down here, do I? Or do I just build fortress? Actually, no. I just build fortress. There we go. Okay, so we got our sky fortress. We need to very quickly start to fix this up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out a wood beam there. A wood beam here. I'm going to build a very simple engine on it. We'll build it there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, that'll work. Right, we'll use the prefabs that we had to build our larger engine module. One there. One here as well, followed by another one. Oh, this is fairly expensive, actually. I don't think... We've only finished like a tiny portion of it. That is a pain in the bum. But, okay, well, we can finish the rest of it off ourselves. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. Right, let's get a mirror line down. Let's get some more wood underneath. Bring that back a little bit more. There we go. Now this should be receiving fuel from the fortress that we've got nearby. At least that's how I understand it. I could be wrong on that though. Let's build this out just a little bit more. There we go. Right. That is a fairly good little platform, I think. Is it okay? It's got plenty of power. This is producing enormous amounts of power. Actually, it's running out. Okay, right. Well, what we're going to do is... Ooh, am I in the water? Am I? Wait, what? Where am I going? I have no idea what was going on there. Right, let's get over there onto that structure ourselves so that we can help it along. Where is the little structure? Where are you? There you are. I am coming. Do not fear. Alright, okay. Right, that's running low on its capacity fairly quickly. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is build some resource fuel storage tanks. We'll have... Let's get... we'll put one there, another one there. So we've got plenty of fuel and then a fuel processor there. Now, that should run for quite some time. Got plenty of metal now. So, actually, how much power do we need for this thing? This thing produces maximum of 363. Alright. How about we add a couple of Sky Fortress turbines? One there, and there, and there. That should pull down the cost a fair chunk. Now, the next thing we want to do, we want to give it a wall of sorts. And we best put down the mirror line first. Make sure we get everything set up properly. Actually, let me do it like this instead. We'll build it out like this. Though that one is a little bit close, unfortunately. And then build it out from the edge like that. Just to give it a little bit of a lip. Oh, you know me. I'm a sucker for aesthetics. I can't help it. If I can make something look a little bit different, even if there's no real point to it, I just can't help it. You can't expect me to hold back. Damn it. Right. Let's get a upward slope, actually. And lock that in position. And there we go. And we'll get another one over here as well. Only this time we need to lock it in position there. And because the mirror line is not in the right direction... Right, okay. Right then. Let's take away a bit of this. In fact, I'll enter automatic delete mode. That way I can just quickly work my way through this and pull it down. That's good enough, actually. Yeah, let's get you. Add one there. Another internal fuel tank. Supercharger. And is there a supercharger there? No, not yet. Now there is. Okay. Right, how much power does this thing output? 350, currently using 8. That is barely anything at all. That's fine. What I would like then is to add an oil drill so that it can actually bring in its own oil. We're going to need this to face the right way. Now, how much is that pulling? It's pulling a fair bit now, 109. If I were to add a resource gatherer, or rather 2, how much would this start to pull in? Current usage 169. Well, we've still got quite a lot that we can set up, actually. We'll have the resource gatherers on this side then. And as long as we've got enough power, I think we might be able to afford to. We'll see. How are we doing? 330 or 350. So this little platform is pretty much doing the best it can at this point. I'm not going to leave it spazzing out like this, though, we are going to add in a couple more turbines just to reduce the cost of it staying in the air. I could expand the fortress if I really wanted to, but I gotta be honest, I don't really want to. Let's do this. Go. And the same over here. There we are. That actually doesn't look too bad. In fact, I quite like it. Except for that crazy wine. Okay, you know what? I'll give you some more things to calm you down. Don't worry. All be okay. Just a moment. There we go. That's a little bit better. Barely, but it is better. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. I'm not going to do anything more with this. I don't really think we need to. It's actually a fairly good little resource gatherer. And, yeah, I think this is good enough for us to name. So we'll exit build mode. We'll just build these where we go. I could make this able to defend itself, but I don't think I will yet. But let's actually have a quick look. We'll rename this to... resource rig, I guess. There we are. It costs a fair bit of metal. 3,000. I mean, I couldn't build another one yet, but hopefully this will really start helping as I start moving around. Though I'm going to have to be proactive in keeping these places safe. I guess one other thing I could do is add repair tentacles, but possibly allow it to repair other structures. No, I'll build a better, like a resource rig Mark II or something if I want to do that kind of thing. For now then, we're just going to save this constructible as resource rig. That seems fair enough. There we are. We should now be able to spawn these on the go. And I've just realized... Oh, can I get up there? Ha-ha! Oh, I really hadn't planned for getting back up here. But so I'm kind of glad that I managed to. Okay, well, I'm going to leave you there, little resource rig. And let me just check. Are we about to be attacked by anything? No, we are fine. That means we can start getting to the very important business of fixing up our torpedo system. Now then, the thing with this torpedo system is it's fixed. I have to use one part of the torpedoes for a one turn. There's nothing I can do about that. If I don't, then they simply won't be able to attack anything. And that is not a very efficient way to set up these torpedoes. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the torpedoes to use a turret. I think that would be particularly awesome. And let's get rid of you. There we go. And delete all of this. I'm deleting it like this. Again, I'm not sure if I don't get my resources back, if they just kind of break apart by themselves. But rather than take the risk, especially when I'm so shy on so many types of resources, it doesn't take me long to break it down like this, so... There we go. And... come back along there. I can hear the little resource rig engine going crazy. I'm so sorry, little resource rig. Okay then. Now, for my torpedo system. I'm thinking that we want something... right, well, the first thing we're going to have to do is get some metal blocks. Let's start the turret around here. We're going to need the AI module. That will need to be about this big, I would say. Yeah, so we'll just build down like that. We'll have the AI weapon controller. which I believe needs to be affixed from the top. Oh, wait. Hang on a second. We can build turrets upside down by using tab. I wonder if I can attach a local weapon controller upside down by using tab. Oh, I can. That's glorious. No mainframe connection, that's fine. Can I attach anything else like that? Like so? Is this receiver on channel 1? Yeah, no mainframe connection. Oh, it's not working. Well, that's a shame. I was really hopeful for a moment that we would have been able to do it like that. Okay, well, I guess certain things just can't be flipped upside down then. We want a failsafe. That is going to be quite important for this particular system. And a wireless receiver. This should now be connected to mainframe. Fantastic. Now, the torpedo system we're going to design, I would say it should be able to reach out to about 1,500. I'm just going to put that number out there and I'll adjust it if I need to. Maximum altitude to engage. We want this to not engage something that isn't at least on the water. Let's put that there. Everything else seems to be okay. Alright then. Now, here's the moment of truth. We need to affix a turret upside down. It needs to be facing that way. Tab and... Whoa, that was... Oh dear. That is a little bit disorientating. Okay, well that kind of works. Right then. The weapon controller... Let's see. We want this to be on group 3. And we would very much like to double check that this is working properly because I'm upside down. I just want to make sure that when I'm using this controller that it fires the right direction. Let me go over and jump onto the weapon control. There we are. Now let's go and have a look at this. There we go. Right, if I control 3, will it look the way I'm trying to look? Yes, it will. Fantastic. Okay then, let's continue with the building. We don't need this anymore. I guess I could make it out of wood if I wanted to. And I suppose part of it could happily be made out of wood. As long as the parts that are facing the enemy are safely set up to... sorry, clad in metal so that they're safe and not vulnerable. Because we are getting a few explosions underneath from the... Looking at the Shrike footage previously, even when I lifted myself up, there were bombs going off underneath that weren't actually touching me, but the shrapnel was shredding the underside of the boat. So we definitely want to try and avoid that in the future. Let's... Oh, I should put the mirror line there now that I'm working with this. There we go. Now, I am going to have the weapon controller here. There's nothing I can do about that because it needs to be in line with the AI. So, about... Oh, actually, does it? No, it doesn't. All it needs is for the turret to be in the right position, I think. And then it can control everything that's on the turret. That's right, though. Because the weapon controller can be all the way back here then. That's actually quite useful for us. Let's pop that there. We will have a identify friend or foe. Also, we don't want the mirror line. Staggered fire. Okay, we'll set that up to a level 4. We will set this up on 3 as well. And we'll also lock the orientation there and set up the mirror line again. Right. With this system, I'm thinking we could either have 3 torpedoes just kind of fairly tightly clustered there, or we can probably afford to separate them a bit, actually. Let's get this set back up as well. Alright, I'm fairly happy with that. Let's go for the missile launch pad. There, and why isn't that set up? Have I moved the mirror line again or something? must have. That's weird. Okay. Right, next we want to decide how long this is going to be. And can I flip this upside down? I'm not sure. Because if I don't flip it upside down, are they going to look upside down? Yeah, they will. Let's not do that. Let's actually have it upside down properly. There we go. Let's see what kind of torpedoes we can make with this length. We want torpedo propeller, and we want 2 of them, really. I would like plenty of fins, because that's one thing that was really a huge problem that we were having, was the torpedoes just couldn't turn into their targets. We'll have 3 fuel tanks, maybe 2 more fins, and we are going to need a couple more of these then. Well, that's fine. I made these long enough for a reason. Right, so that should be enough fins for us to pretty much get this to wherever it's going. We want... Now, I have been advised to try and use the laser emitter, but I did practice trying to make torpedo systems that would use a laser emitter in the single-player game. The single-player... vehicle designer, and I was really having trouble with that. It seems really finicky whether the laser can actually see what it's meant to be designating. So I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to go with where are you? Sonar again. But I think I will use the magnet. I think it may be useful. We'll set it to 50. Allow it 10 seconds to trigger. That seems reasonable. We will have a fair bit of explosive force in this one, though. I do want to target... Well, actually... You know what? If we're using... Yeah, we're going to use target position prediction guidance. Computer will aim the missile at the expected intercept point, or it could have augmented proportional navigation guidance. Use the fins to accelerate the missile such that the target is at constant bearing. No, we'll go with this one, and I'll get rid of the magnet in favor of having 3 warheads. We will have an explosive warhead. This fragmentation warhead will be a much larger cone than usual. I'll go for 35 degrees. And then this one will be nice and tight at 5 or 6 degrees. Around about there. I think that is a pretty good sonar. Pretty good weapon there. And we'll get that out, because I hadn't done that properly. And then just assign that again. That should have assigned to all of the required components. Yes, perfect. Okay, well, we don't need these then. And at this point, we want to start cladding this in metal blocks. So let's bring this back. Let's bring it back by 1 extra. And let's bring that together at the back there. There we go. Actually, no, I won't do that. I'll allow a gap there as I have for the missile system up top. So we'll use metal blocks just to fill this area in, except for the actual control, which I want to be able to reach and have a look at directly myself. There we are. Okay, right, now let's get the 2-meter downward slopes. Lock orientation. There we go. And we'll grab the 2-meter upward slopes. Actually, let's extend out the metal blocks a little bit on this side. And 1 Yeah, we'll go with the upward slope like this. There we go. I think that should be okay. I'm not too fond of the fact that the wood is kind of visible there. Maybe I should just go ahead and replace all of this with metal. We'll see how it looks. There we are. And one more. Right, there we go. And we should be able to just fill this in now. Only we need to come away from building on... oh, wow. Flip back up. How confusing. There we are. Let's just seal this area off so that any stray bullets can't do it any harm. There we are. And this is our new torpedo system. I think it looks quite swanky. And is it going to turn properly? Yes, it is. And let's launch. Give it a quick test. Ooh, those are actually quite speedy. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. I've chosen not to go with ballast, and there is a reason for that, is because if they are hopping up out of the waves like this, then there's a potential for them to hit air targets that have simply landed on the water but have not sunk into the water. The AI will only fire at things that are actually in the water, thanks to the settings that we've put there. But as far as me being able to control it, I want to be able to shoot at airborne targets. So, and let me just adjust this a little bit more. In fact, can I? Yeah, let's set this up so that it's similar. Ooh, okay, that wasn't a good idea. There we go. All right, let's get the 2-meter upward slopes. And almost finished. There we go. I actually quite like the look of this system. Let's get a beam and put it in here as well. Oh wow, that goes quite deep. I will fill that out a little bit more. Okay, there is our new torpedo system. I actually quite like the way that this one looks. If nothing else, I think it looks pretty good. Alright then. I guess we should probably test that out before we wrap up this episode. Though it is starting to get close to the wrapping up time. Let's go ahead and jump into a quick fight, shall we? Let's jump into this one. It may take a few minutes for this fight to get over and done with, but I'm sure no one will mind. Let's get us over there, right in the middle. And let's hope that this torpedo system lives up to my fairly high expectations of it. And we're going to want to get out of the water fairly quickly. Let's raise the fortress up a bit so that we can actually see the turret working. There we go. Damn it, fog. Why? Why always when I want to fight? Also, I think it probably would be a good idea if I turn the fortress just slightly. Oh, I'm really sorry about that. I kind of messed up your attack, didn't I? I apologize. But I wanted to turn the fortress so that this missile system doesn't try to shoot through my bloody cannon all the time. But I did really massively mess up the launch of the torpedoes. I apologize, AI. That was a dick move. I appreciate that. But it looks like it is trying to predict where the enemy are going to be, and it's aiming for that. Oh wow! Already hit the ammo on that thing, so it looks like the torpedoes are not going to get a chance to properly test that bit out. Let's see. Looks like more torpedoes on the way. Now, I was really tempted to make an enormous torpedo system. like huge torpedo tubes. But the thing with that is, as fun as it would be to set it up, it would take an age to reload and would require enormous amounts of ammo to reload it. So I chose not to on that one. It doesn't look like we're going to get to see a near miss. I really wanted to test out whether the torpedoes could adjust their heading properly. But it looks like they're okay. Are they actually aiming for it? Oh, wow. They completely missed. How on earth did that happen? It seems that they were trying to predict where they were going to meet it, perhaps? I'm not sure. That isn't so good. Maybe I should give it a proximity fuse. That may be necessary. What's happening over here? Have we got any torpedoes aiming for this? Doesn't look like. To be honest, that's probably a good thing. Fire more. These things are remarkably well armored, to be fair. Wood and lightweight alloy. And also a very heavy duty cannon down there. That's quite interesting design, actually. Just a huge gauge. And then these are, by the looks of it, some sort of machine gun turret of sorts. And here come the torpedoes. Will they actually manage to hit you? Yes. Fantastic. Is that one gone under? Yes, it did. How on earth did you manage that? Oh well. It doesn't look like these torpedoes are doing enormous amounts of damage, though. I'm a little bit surprised by that. Is that going to be able to turn in, or have you missed him completely? It looks like it has missed him. Oh no, it suddenly detected him. It's trying to spin around. What on earth's going on there? That is very, very peculiar. These torpedoes are trying to aim for where it was expecting to meet him, I think. Oh dear, you're within range of my missile system now. It is pretty much game over. I think perhaps the torpedo system would benefit from a slight change, though. I'm not going to use the target position prediction guidance. I'm going to use the augmented proportional navigation guidance instead. Let's hope that they can adjust a little bit better when they're coming close to their target, rather than trying to be clever and steering way out from where the target actually is. We'll see how that works. And down you go. That's what happens when you get close to those missiles. And enormous explosions everywhere. Only the missiles were like exploding on themselves, which isn't really helpful, I've got to be honest. Wow, these torpedoes are circling like sharks, but I'm not sure that that's a good thing. Those are the old torpedoes, though, not the new breed. Still, are the new breed doing any better? Is the question. That one's coming home. That is not good. Don't do that, please. Thank you. Well, it looks like the missiles that have actually gone in the water are doing probably a little bit better than the torpedoes in some ways. Oh well. I suppose that isn't too bad. I think we need to have a good think about this torpedo system, but I'm fairly content with the way it's working at the moment. I think it could be improved, but I want to move on to other things. So in the following episodes, we are going to be focusing on building up an actual fleet that we will then use to go out and hooverly not die to Shrike columns and other such awesome things like that. But for now, I'm going to return us to a resource zone so we can hoover up some more very badly needed metal resources and probably try and build... Well, actually, I'll leave that to the next episode, but before we begin anything else, I'll see if I can spawn the resource gatherer, the resource rig. But that is all for the next episode. I do hope you've enjoyed. I hope you will be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care and enjoy the beautiful sunny skies.